Hello and welcome to this episode of Cosmic Crow Tarot, where today I'm going to be sharing 5 decks with you that I cannot live without. Now this is a hashtag that I've recently seen here on YouTube, that originally I saw the one from Fairlight Tarot about it, but as I looked more into it, this hashtag has been around for 4 years. There's all kinds of videos out there sharing our favorite 5 decks, the 5 decks we can't live without. So that's what I'm doing here today for all of us, so you can see my 5 favorite decks. Now I keep saying decks because it's not just tarot that I collect, it's oracle cards as well. Both are awesome, both share a lot of information. So I'm gonna share, and you're gonna see all the decks that I like the most, the ones that I feel that, you know, they make my collection even better, the ones that I just love more than others. I love them all, but there's some that just stick out more than others. Now if you know me personally, the first one I'm going to start with is the Deviant Moon Tarot. Now if you see my videos, if you know anything about me, this deck is hands down my favorite deck of all time, and I truly cannot live without it. This goes everywhere with me. You can see here, like, the box is all kinds of messed up, like dented and everything, because it lives in my purse. It has a bandana around it, and if I get the excuse to read for someone, it just comes up randomly. I'm like, please, please, please let me use the Deviant Moon Tarot. Some people love it. It has kind of like a cult following. Other people can't stand it and it terrifies them. So that's what makes it so fun. Like, it's kind of versatile like that. Now you've seen this deck before. I have a video on here. It's like, it says my favorite deck or something like that. You've seen the bordered version. This is the borderless version, and I even had the paradoxical version that you see on every single new moon reading that I do. Yes, that's coming up very, very soon. So every time I do like a tarot spread for the new moons, I always share the paradoxical version. But you have the cards here. We're just gonna like flip through them like really, really fast, because I've got more decks to show you, and I know you've seen this one before if you follow me. Like, come on, that death card is awesome. It speaks so much. It has so many different levels to it. You've got the little kid that wants to go back into its mom, but the mom's already pregnant with new life, reminding us that what's supposed to die, as much as we might want to go back to it, it has to come to an end. And that's what this card is all about. And I love that illustration because it speaks that. Now we got the world right there, beautiful illustration. You know, if you want to be a mermaid and you want to find success that way, in this day and time, it's absolutely possible. So there's that world. The 7 of Wands, get the idea. Like, it's just such a beautiful, weird, fantastic deck, and there is no deck that I like more than this one, hands down. That's why I wanted to start with it, because, you know, me, Cosmic Crow Tarot, I am obsessed with the Deviant Moon Tarot. I cannot wait till the Deviant Moon Oracle comes out. Like, these characters, they are like nothing else. They are awesome. Like the Knight of Pentacles there, he is the wheel, he is the one going after it. Knight of Pentacles followed by the Nine of Pentacles. You know, she's successful in her own weird, strange way. They all are weird and successful in their own strange ways, and they're just magnificent. I could do an entire video on just these illustrations and this deck and this artist. Like, I love Patrick Valencia. Come on, that Nine of Cups, almost said Nine of Wands, but now the Nine of Cups there, the magician, like the genie coming out, he's the magician now. He's the one with the power to make his wishes come true. But if this could happen, it's just beautiful. This was my screen, like my screen on my phone, my wallpaper for the longest time, because I just love that illustration. There's the Queen of Wands, the Hanged Man, there's the 5 of Pentacles. You get the idea. All 78 cards are here, and they're just so much more interesting than any other deck. So I guess we are going to go through the entire deck here as I flip through them very, very quickly. And that is the Deviant Moon Tarot, number 1 on my list of 5 decks I can't live without. This is definitely the top. Even the backgrounds, those are so gorgeous. So that is the Deviant Moon Tarot. Like I said, goes everywhere with me, which is why the box has seen better days, but it still keeps the cards nice and safe. They are not dented. They are absolutely perfect, and my perfect deck that goes everywhere with me and that I absolutely cannot live without. Now, staying on that same line of Patrick Valencia and me being obsessed with his artwork is the Trionfi Della Luna Illustrated Pips Edition. Now, this is also another deck that I can't live without, but as this one is extremely rare, I don't even think you can purchase it now. If I can find it online, like a link in his website or something, I will leave the link in the description below. But like I said, I don't think it's possible. This deck is very, very rare. You probably can find it like scammers out there and like fake versions of it, but it's not worth it. It's not. This deck is like perfect the way it is, and the money goes to him and Deviant Moon. Like, it's very much the same artist as the Deviant Moon Tarot, and I'll go through it really quickly. Like I said, with the Deviant Moon Tarot, I probably have a video out there of an unboxing of this deck because I love it so much. But you can see the box is very much safer, and it does not live in my purse. It lives on my desk, and the only way you are going to receive a reading with this deck is if you book one online and get one like a written out or video wise. I will be happy to do that for you, but no one but me touches this deck. We're going to go through it really quickly so you can see the illustrations. In this deck there is more than one devil. You can see I have them all set out because I think I did, last time I like worked with this deck, I think I did like a video or a picture or something that had just the devils. And these are all illustrations of the devil. You can see them right there. All the different illustrations, all the craziness that he has pictured when he makes the devil. So those are really cool. This high priestess, it is my personal favorite high priestess I've ever seen. I love the fact that she's standing on books, representing that knowledge that we can get from reading, while the flames are around her. She's found that passion for those books, for that knowledge, and she uses that. With the 6 of coins there, the sharing is caring. Page of swords, there's the fool. There's the 2 of swords, the king of swords, the 3 of coins. The sun, very interesting, very Marseille style there with the twins. We have the lovers, the Knight of Cups, 2 different versions of the star, I think, in this deck. So there's the first one, the Knight of Coins, the 8 of Swords, the 9 of Cups there. And what's interesting, because you remember the Knight of Cups from the Deviant Moon Tarot, where it was the little dude that was watching the genie come out of the lamp and being shocked. No, this guy has had too much fulfillment. Look at the expression on his face. Like, he doesn't feel good. He might be sick because he's had too much emotional fulfillment in his life. There's the 8 of Swords, the Page of Coins, 10 of Cups, the Hangman. Beautiful illustration of the 9 of Coins or the 9 of Pentacles. I just love the colors on that card. 7 of Swords, the World, 5 of Wands, Chariot. The Ace of Swords is there. I love that illustration. It's very much the regular, like the Trionfi Della Lunas that don't have the illustrated pips. It's very much that illustration too, but the coloring, the artwork of it, it's just beautiful. There is the Moon and the Wheel of Fortune and the 2 of Cups, the 3 of Swords, the 2 of Wands, the Should I Stay or Should I Go card. A lot going on in that illustration as well. He's got his like stomach there. That stomach very much looks like one of the devils that we first started with. So that inner devil making him want to do one thing while the other side of him might want to do something else. Think of that like angel and demon on your shoulder. There's the King of Wands, the 9 of Swords, the 5 of Coins or the 5 of Pentacles, the 10 of Wands being overwhelmed by our passions, the 7 of Cups, the Emperor, Judgment. Very interesting illustration of the 10 of Swords. It kind of reminiscent of the 10 of Swords in the Deviant Moon Tarot because you've got like that like locked in there by yourself kind of vibes. There is Strength, the Knight of Swords, 4 of Wands, the 6 of Wands. Yeah, some of these cards are reversed. I'm going to flip them around really fast. There's the 7 of Coins. Beautiful illustration. I can't get over the colors here. They're so simplistic, but they're so beautiful as well. And you have those strange, weird artworks and those strange characters that you only get with Patrick Valencia. And Patrick Valencia, if you're watching this, that means the world to me. And please know, sir, that your art, your cards and everything, they are the ones that I truly cannot live without, because there's nothing quite like them. Like 4 of Cups, so interesting, that character. 3 of Cups, definitely one of the more interesting cards in this deck. They're having so much fun that there's fire coming out of her butt. Like, you can't get that anywhere else. It's just fun. Queen of Cups, the 10 of Coins, there's the King of Coins. We've got the Hermit right there, the 8 of Wands, Temperance. We've got 6 of Swords right there. He might be by himself or she might be by herself as she's leading, which is different than other decks. The ship itself, that's where the assistance comes from. There's the 8 of Cups. Smell the flowers as you're leaving behind all the things that don't emotionally fulfill you. The King of Cups, you lead with love. You focus on what fills your cup up with happiness. There is Judgment. There's Death. I dropped a card, so we're just going to get to Death right there. Interesting, unique illustration. 4 of Swords. You know, it's not time for him to bloom. And then you go back to that 6 of Wands that we had with the Deviant Moon Tarot. That character that has bloomed out. It connects back to this one. You take that time for rest and reflection so that you can decide what you want to succeed at. There is the Ace of Pentacles, the Magician, the Ace of Cups. We've got the Page of Cups, the 5 of Cups. Keep them from falling over. There's the Queen of Swords, the Four of Coins, the Ace of Wands. Like I said, there was 2 different versions of the star, and there's the second star. She looks very similar to the star in the Deviant Moon Tarot. There's the Page of Wands, the Lightning, which is another version of the Tower, the House of God, which is another version of the Tower, and the Tower, which is a version of the Tower. Then we have the Two of Coins, and a beautiful illustration of the Queen of Wands. I love this illustration because it shows all those faces that are against her, all those ones that are making fun of her because she's following her passion and she doesn't care. She's doing what she wants and what lights her inner fire. Then of course we have the Eight of Coins right here. He's digging those pentacles or those coins. He's focused on trying to find success, practice till he makes it perfect. So that is the Trionfi Della Luna illustrated pips. Yet another deck that I cannot live without. I think it's up there with Deviant Moon Tarot for sure. All of these decks are. Deviant Moon still ranks #1, but backs, you know, not as great as the Deviant Moon Tarot, but this deck, there's nothing like it. It's so weird, it's so fantastic, and it's so worth every penny that I purchased for it. Like I said, you can only get this deck, get a reading with this deck from me if you like book one online. It's only online. I can do like a video like this, or I can do a written out reading, like even a little special card that goes with it. It's weird and it's fun. So that is the Trionfi Della Luna with illustrated pips, and we'll move right on to an oldie but a goodie that everybody I think knows and loves. It is the Dark Mansion Tarot by Taroteca Studios. And the box itself, awesome to open. You can see there's the cover card and the backs and everything. It's a really fun deck. When I do these cards do go with me for like live readings and festivals and stuff, as does Deviant Moon. What I do at my festivals, like the festivals that I go to and I do, is I give you an option between 3 decks. This deck is usually one of them, Deviant Moon Tarot is usually one of it, and then there's like a wild card deck in there that I might share and I might not. I like to change it up. Deviant Moon will always be in there, but this deck is really popular to do readings as well because it's an awesome deck. It's like there's no guidebook or anything. They just speak to you intuitively. Like the magician there, he's focused on his goals. He's doing the research so he can take action on his ideas. And I've even felt this card come up for a second opinion. Like if someone's told you something about yourself and you just don't feel it's right, get a second opinion, get some new advice. So that's the magician in this deck. There's the Five of Pentacles, there's the Ace. The aces in this deck are just incredible. There's the Page of Cups, and you saw the Six of Wands there a moment ago. Six of Wands I have a little bit of a complaint with because that Six of Wands kind of speaks of the Four of Wands to me, you know, a wedding or a celebration of a strong foundation you're passionate about. And here it's very much a wedding. There's the Page of Cups, the Eight of Cups, leaving behind what no longer emotionally fulfills us. There is the Two of Cups. A lot of these are reversed, huh? Two of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. The Fool. The Fool is a fool. He's a clown and he looks awesome, kind of crazy and weird. Like that's the beauty of this deck. It reminds me of Tim Burton, honestly. There's the Five of Swords, the card of the victor or the victim. The Queen of Wands. The queens in this deck are beautiful as well. Well, all the cards are absolutely beautiful. They give me like this Tim Burton Nightmare Before Christmas vibe, so that's why I like it a lot. There's the Four of Cups, the Empress, another reversed, and the Six of Swords, the Ten of Wands there. He's very overwhelmed and burdened by all those passions. There are all those wands he's got on him. There's the Ten of Cups. Here's the High Priestess, the Three of Cups, the Nine of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, Strength. Here's this version of the Nine of Cups, and then the Ace of Cups. And like I said, aces in this deck are incredible. The Ace of Wands, again, beautiful illustration. The Ten of Pentacles, the Three of Wands. Judgment is one of my favorite cards in this deck, like the illustration, because it's have fun. You know, you've let the past go, you've learned from that past, and now you're dancing to this new beat because you know success is just around the corner because you've learned all you need to and forgiven the past. There is the Six of Pentacles, followed by the Two of Wands, the Page of Swords, and there is their illustration of the Tower, the Nine of Pentacles. There's the Star. I love that Star. She looks kind of bored and uninterested, but she knows what she's doing and she's working those talents. The Thief card of the Tarot with the Seven of Swords, the Queen of Swords, the Four of Swords, the Hanged Man, the Five of Wands, the Lovers. We have the Devil. I love this illustration of the Devil because it's a she. She looks awesome. She looks deadly. She looks like she could tempt a lot of us. The World. Temperance is right there. We have the Nine of Wands. We have the Six of Cups, the card of nostalgia. We have the Three of Pentacles there, the King of Pentacles there, the Queen of Pentacles there. Again, queens are beautiful in this deck. Then we have the Four of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, the Ten of Swords, the Ace of Swords. That might be my favorite ace out of all the 4 aces in this deck. I love it. It's the coloring, the background, the simplicity, yet the magnificentness of it. There's the Wheel of Fortune, just an awesome illustration of the Wheel of Fortune. The Hermit, the 8 of Swords, the 3 of Swords, the Knight of Wands, the Emperor, the King of Swords, the crying over spilled milk, but seeing that something else still remains of the 5 of Cups. Then we have the King of Cups right there. The 7 of Cups, the card of choices right there. Here is their depiction of the Chariot. The 4 of Wands, like they're courting there. They're not getting married yet, but it goes right back to that 6 of Wands that we talked about a moment ago, because it's got the wands up there and they're like celebrating that strong foundation. There we have the Knight of Swords and the King of Wands. There is the Moon and Justice, the Queen of Cups, Death. Hands down, one of my favorite illustrations of Death. I love the Death card because there's so much to it, so much volume, so much depth, so much meaning, and the different illustrations of this deck is what really gives us those extra meanings we might not have gotten before. Like, think of the Deviant Moon Tarot, that character, the little boy or the little girl, crazy little skeleton horse thing. He was wanting to go back up into his mother, but he was already pregnant with new life. This illustration of the Devil, there's only one character, but look how bored he is. The expression on his face just screams, I'm over this. I'm ready to let this go so that I can find that success. I can learn from this experience and create a new chapter. Make the next chapter better than it might have had before. So that boredom energy of death kind of reminds us, even if we don't want to let it go, we don't want to let die what needs to die, it's not really filling us with any joy. It's not emotionally fulfilling to us anymore, and it's just leaving us bored and uninterested. So it's just such a fun illustration. And then the Sun follows that death in this, like, where I didn't shuffle them, I didn't put them in order or anything. So the Sun there says when you let that boredom go, you find happiness and positivity moving forward. And we have the 8 of Pentacles, the 8 of Wands, the 7 of Pentacles right there, and then we'll end the Dark Mansion Tarot with the Page of Pentacles right there. So this is an awesome deck, one I definitely can't live without. The box itself is just really cool. I want to order another deck from Taroteca Studios because they have such amazing decks, but the shipping and the price and everything I've kind of held off for a little bit. But I will be doing that soon, so there'll be an unboxing video of that when I do that. But this is an awesome deck, one that I highly recommend. This one is available to purchase, so if I can leave that in the description below, I totally would do that for you. This one is definitely counterfeited a lot. You'll see a lot of Taroteca Studio decks out there that like Wish and Temu and all those will share that deck, like sell that deck for really cheap, and it's not the quality at all. Before we get to the what is it, the 4th one that I have to show you, like the quality of this deck is like fantastic. Like, you can feel it. I wish there was a way I could show you exactly what I mean and how I feel it, but you like thick cardstock, very it just feels velvety and awesome, and you're not going to get that with a counterfeit deck that costs like $5 from one of those like Japanese or Chinese businesses that just have so much to share. Yeah, they're awesome, they're cheap, but they're just not as good as the original. This deck is awesome, definitely one I can't live without. We're going to move right on to the final tarot deck that I have to share with you for decks I can't live without. And it is one of the rather newest decks in my collection and newest decks available. It is the Journey to Oz and Wonderland by Mystic Madness Tarot. Now, this deck is gorgeous. I don't believe I'll be taking it to any festivals or anything with me, because this is a deck that is probably very difficult to replace. You see the guidebook here, and I didn't even share the guidebooks with the other as well. They didn't actually have guidebooks, that's why I didn't. But you have the different illustrations there in the deck and the meanings and everything. This I did an unboxing video recently on this. Feel free to watch it. It's, you know, it's one of those that shows every single card. We're going to go through them really quick, and I'm going to show you. There's the backs. The backs alone in this deck are gorgeous. They're gold on the sides and everything. Like, the quality of the cardstock. This deck is just absolutely gorgeous. I love this 10 of Cups, that 10 of Cups, because it's the happy family card, and it's a reminder that you don't just have to have a mother, father, son, and daughter to be a happy family. It's your friends, the ones that you feel comfortable with, the ones that just appreciate you for who you are, that have your back when you go down the yellow brick road and have to kill the Wicked Witch of the West. It just has that control, that love and appreciation. The ones that emotionally fulfill us, whether they're blood related or not. There is the Devil. The Devil is from the Queen of Hearts and Alice in Wonderland. That's the originality of this deck. It's not just Wizard of Oz. I am a huge fan of the Wizard of Oz, but The Alice in Wonderland is really awesome too, and this deck kind of blends the two. Like, this is from the Wizard of Oz, the Seven of Cups. It's the Gnome King's place. Like I said, I did a whole unboxing video that goes into more of this, but he like collects treasures, and those treasures are really actually people. There is the Wizard's Acolytes. You got that illustration of the Nine of Cups. There's the Seven of Wands. Is from the Alice in Wonderland tarot, the Looking Glass Railway. Alice in Wonderland tarot. Yeah, this is an Alice in Wonderland tarot. There's Tweedledee and Tweedledum from the Two of Cups. We have the Queen of Swords right there. Strength right there with the Cowardly Lion. We have the Ace of Pentacles is the Silver Slippers. Silver Slippers is what the book of the Wizard of Oz had, not the movie. The movie was the ruby, so it's kind of a little nod to the movie right there, but very much Silver Slippers. There's the Queen of Wands. Bellina the Hen. Read the second book or watch the movie, and you probably, the second movie, Return to Oz, and you probably meet her. We have the Eight of Pentacles right there. The Hermit right there. It's the dormouse that lives in the teacup when Alice meets the Mad Hatter and the March Hare when they're having tea. There's the Two of Wands, where the path can take you, the yellow brick road. See, it just goes right back and forth there. You have the Tower right there, or yeah, the Tower is the tornado from the Wizard of Oz. The King of Hearts is Justice right there. He's the one keeping his wife, the Queen of Hearts, from cutting off people's heads. Alice is the Fool in this deck. Five of Swords is right there, is the Lion and the Unicorn from Alice in Wonderland. The Empath is an extra card in this deck, which is really cool, and you have the Hungry Tiger right there. The World is the Looking Glass itself from Alice in Wonderland. The Wicked Witch of the West, I don't know why that says Wicked Witch of the East. That's what it says. I was wrong. But you have the house that fell on the Wicked Witch of the East right there, and why the Wicked Witch of the West was so upset. Come on, they killed her sister. Dorothy killed her sister. Of course she's going to want her dead. There we had the Queen of Cups is the Glass Cat from the Wizard of Oz. The Lovers is Dorothy and Scarecrow right there. And I've had people tell me that they did actually fall in love and they had that relationship. And you know, at the end of the Wizard of Oz movie, you know, she says, "I'll miss you most of all." There's a new book out. I cannot remember what the book is called right now, but I just finished it the other day. And it's like a different take on the Wizard of Oz. A different girl goes in there. The Scarecrow is king there. It's really interesting, but you have that relationship there with the Lovers, and I think that's cool. Death is the Wicked Witch of the West, my favorite character in the Wizard of Oz. And then Tip's Discovery, you have that illustration right there, and the little munchkin, or I don't think he's a munchkin, he's got green hair, so he's like a member of the Emerald City. The Nine of Swords is the fear card of the tarot, and my biggest fear when I was a child were these guys with their wheels and their hands and their feet. It's just terrifying, so it makes sense there. The Six of Swords there is the sheep that's in Alice in Wonderland that has a little shop that Alice goes into to find what she's looking for. Page of Pentacles is Toto. The Three of Pentacles is Dorothy and like the people out there protecting Dorothy and like trying to save her from the Wicked Witch of the West. The High Priestess is the White Queen from Alice in Wonderland. Then we have the King of Pentacles there is the Gnome King. I think that, yeah, that's from Wizard of Oz. Then we have the White Knight is from Alice in Wonderland. Dorothy's Triumph for when she finds success is the Six of Wands in this deck. Jabberwocky, what Alice has to destroy to like save Wonderland, I believe. I love this illustration and the color and everything. That is Judgment. Cheshire Cat takes up the moon from Alice in Wonderland. The Tea Party is the Three of Cups, and that's three people, well, three characters, you know, celebrating and like partying together and like toasting their cups to one another. The Knight of Wands is Jack Pumpkinhead, another character from Wizard of Oz that you only meet if you will do more than just watch the first movie. The Messenger is the Royal Footman. I believe that is Alice in Wonderland. Then the Hangman is the Tin Woodman. You've got that illustration there. You know, he's waiting to find that heart to be replaced to becoming a human again. I don't think that's possible. It doesn't happen in the books, but you know, he's hanging around waiting for that heart to find him. Glinda the Good Witch is the Star. Ozma of Oz, the true Queen of Oz, the true fairy queen. She is the Empress. Bill the Lizard from Alice in Wonderland. He is the Ten of Wands. He takes a lot of work on. People expect a lot of him. Munchkin Country, that is the Four of Wands. The Chariot here is the Flying Monkeys. The Magician is the Mad Hatter. Ace of Wands is Glinda's wand. The Five of Wands right there. The Three of Wands right there is Alice finding the chessboard and having to make it through that. The Four of Pentacles is the Wicked Witch of the West. I adore this character. I always have. When I was a kid, I didn't want to be Dorothy. I wanted to be the Wicked Witch of the West. We have Twiggly Woods there and the Two of Swords. I believe that's the Cheshire Cat. I love the purple in it, and it's dark and creepy and everything because you're taking that time to look within, kind of face your demons. The Shaggy Man is the Knight of Pentacles. Aunt M's Garden is the Seven of Pentacles there. Aunt M eventually goes to the Wizard of Oz, and you have to read the books to find that out. King Ringatink is the King of Cups. The Queen of Pentacles is the Duchess there with her pig and her like weird face. We have TikTok as the Knight of Swords. The Ace of Cups is the Drink Me vial that makes Alice small or makes Alice big depending on which one she drinks. Temperance is Aunt M. The Hierophant is the Blue Caterpillar. Just awesome coloring. Like, this deck is just so pretty. Definitely one that I feel I can't live without. Even I just added it to my collection in the last couple months. And that's what's awesome about this hashtag. All these ones that existed 4 years ago, they could probably make a brand new video because so many decks have come out in the last 4 years. There's Scraps the Patchwork Girl for the Page of Wands. There's the Six of Cups. The Emperor is the Wizard of Oz himself. You know, the one that, the wizard in the Wizard of Oz, he's the one that didn't really have magical powers, but he made it work anyways. Then we had the Nine of Pentacles as Queen Alice. The mushrooms are the Two of Pentacles there. And then the Three of Swords is the Woodman's Heart. The Woodman is the Tin Woodman, and you know, his heart has turned to cold and metal too. I think that if I remember correctly, the story is that he was in love with this girl, but then the girl was she was cared for or like, you know, stolen by a wicked witch or an evil witch or something like that. So the wicked witch cursed him to be metal, so he could not love her anymore, and he had a cold heart, and so they couldn't like be romantic or be together. The Ten of Pentacles is the Emerald City. Then you have the King of Swords is the Gnat. Very creepy illustration there. The Griffin is the Page of Swords. Metamorphosis, like I said, there's extra decks, extra cards in this deck, and that's really what's fun about Kickstarters. The more people book it, the more people that fund it and like say that they want it and buy it, like, you know, you're waiting months for it, but that's because it's being created, in the process of being created. And the more that they reach these stretch goals, the more that like the money they have in it, the more you get these extra cards that just add something more to it. The caterpillar has transformed. He's metamorphosized into this butterfly, so it's a whole different energy there, and you have the number up there that can connect you as well. 24, that kind of makes it back to that 6 that he's learned from the past. He's taken that time to learn from where he's been so he can find that success, find that stuff, like feel that success and feel that love for himself when he's a butterfly now. The sun is the flowers from Alice in Wonderland. The mock turtle is the Five of Cups. You know, woe is me. He's all depressed and everything. Button Bright from the Wizard of Oz. He's the Page of Cups. Then we have the Lion from the Wizard of Oz as the Eight of Swords. He feels trapped by his own fears. The Seven of Swords is the Walrus and the Carpenter, which might have something to do with that Mark Turtle being all depressed and everything, because they tricked all those little clams to follow him just so they could eat them. That's from Alice in Wonderland. The White King's Plum Cake. There's the White King from Alice in Wonderland. The Ace of Swords is the Vorpal Sword from Alice in Wonderland, I believe. Dorothy Gale is the Witch, another extra card. You have the 25 up there, which reduces to 7. You have that overcoming obstacles. She's the chariot in this story. She's the one that's driven herself to that success, to find that success and wealth, to find where she wants, like the Emerald City, so she can go home. It turns out she had the luck or the power all along with the Wicked Witch of the East shoes. There we have the Seven of Wands as Alice's legs. You know, she's defending herself against the ones that want to kill her because she's giant. The Eight of Cups is the Dorothy back when she was in Kansas, when everything was boring and uninteresting and she was going to leave it. And then the Wheel of Fortune from Alice in Wonderland. You know, the white rabbit that talked to Alice into going down the rabbit hole, start the next chapter of her story and learn something new. So that is the Tarot of Oz, or Journey to Oz and Wonderland by Mystic Madness Tarot. Definitely a deck I can't live without. And that is the fourth and final tarot deck I'm going to share with you for this, because now I have a deck to share with you that is an oracle deck, and one that I definitely can't live without, because no matter how hard I try to learn these, I can never remember the meanings of the runes. The runes are awesome. The runes share extra messages. Like when I do written out or video readings, I often share these and put these in there as well. I can tell you what the rune is more often than not. Like this is Thuraz. It's the rune of thorns, but that's one of the very few that I can just do. I think that is Fihu right there, but you get the point. This deck, or these rocks, Yeah, they are rocks. They're lapis lazuli runestones. They've been around for thousands and thousands, perhaps even more years. And they have so much symbology and so much meaning. And they're so simple. But these, like, they're not illustrations. There's not much to go with. But they're beautiful and I love them. And like I said, I share them all the time because that's me. I have confidence in my meanings because I don't share my own opinions about them necessarily. I share this deck right here. I got this at Spencer's Gifts in the mall a few years back, and I mean it when I say I cannot live without this deck. It's worth it so much. I share it all the time. It's the runes and oracle cards. And you've got like the box right here if I can get it open, and you have this awesome guidebook that I share as well. When I share the meanings, you have the different illustrations in there, the meanings and everything, because this gives the runes actual illustrations and actual life. And as a tarot card reader, I need those illustrations. I can't just like look at a symbol and be like, oh, it means this, because it doesn't give you as much to go on. I mean, right there, it tells you this is the goose. I'm probably pronouncing them incorrectly, but I don't care. You know, it relates to water. We can tell that from the illustration. Gibo, it's very much like success and those gifts and everything like that. Isa is ice. I think that's what Isa means, and you have that illustration with the cars and everything, cold energy, but it's like sunshine and happiness, but you know, everybody's in their cars, they're doing their own thing. There's Tiwas, I can probably just, I'm botching this, pronouncing it so badly, but you have that illustration there, it gives it life. Burkana is actually what Bluetooth is based on, that symbol from Bluetooth, that's part of it, so it's communication and moving. Raidho, I think that's what that says right there. Raidho, and it's traveling. We get that idea from that card. Iwas, you have that illustration helping others to achieve their goals. You know, this is like there's been stress. Like we think Titanic, you know, they had to like get off and get into the rescue boats and everything. So there's that. Nothes, I think, is right there. Nothes kind of makes me think of nautical, so maybe that's where that came from. Mana's there, doing your own thing, being true to who you are. Just being that man or that woman, you know, true and proud of who you are. Then Hagalaz is like all the danger and everything that is out there. Dagaz, you can see their like health and doing things to make yourself feel better. Like I'm just going by the illustrations here. Like I said, like it's hard. These are beautiful. I love working with them, but I just cannot for the life of me keep those ideas in my head of what they mean. There is Perthro, taking that time to look within. Ura's, you know, finding that success, that strength and everything, and just being true to who you are. Algaes is right there, like shining a light on the darkness within, finding, you know, there's always going to be things against you, obstacles, and like facing them with keeping yourself safe as well. That's kind of what Thuras is as well, that thorn, like being safe, just staying aware that of your surroundings and just feeling safe. There is Kinnis right there, and you have Fihu right there, again, success. There is like luck and stuff in the fortune cookie, so you have good fortune right there. Ingwas kind of makes me think of like love, self-love, and loving whoever you feel like you want to love. Whatever makes your heart sing, following that. Jera is right there, and then we have Winjo right there, and Othala, Sawilo, and Iwas. So there are illustrations for every single one of the runes. You can see there the backs are very much like the runes as well, and it does make it a lot easier to know the runes. Like I just went through there really fast because I can't keep that in my head. I don't know what's wrong with my head, but when it comes to like learning and memorize the runes, it doesn't happen. But I have this deck for that exact reason, and that's why I cannot live without it, because I cannot remember the runes, and this is an awesome way to do it. Like I said, it came from Spencer's Gifts in the mall. If you have a mall local, you probably have a Spencer's Gifts in there. It's also the people that make like Spirit Halloween and stuff. Very, very popular gag gifts and stuff like this. This is not a gag gift at all. It's very much needed, very much a deck I can't live without. And the box, you know, keeps it nice and safe, and it's an awesome deck. So when I do these runes and I share those runes, when I do festivals, or even when I do like online readings written out or video wise, I will share this deck with you if I decide to share the runes with you, if you're interested in that, because you know it gives you a meaning of it, a picture of it you can go with it as well. So that is those are my top five decks I cannot live without. And like I said, a lot of these, the hashtag has been around for like 4 years. There's always new decks coming out. Once you see them, like you think you can't live without them. you're going to add to this collection. Like, this one is brand new. This one just came out in 2024, and it's already become a deck I can't live without because I love the illustrations. This one I've had for years, since I started trying to read the runes, probably back in 2019, 2020. So it's 4 or 5 years old. Definitely one I can't live without. Dark Mansion Tarot, it's just so unique and so weird. Definitely one that I feel I can't live without, that I love so much. And then, of course, we cannot forget, let me set that like that, yeah, the Trionfi Della Luna illustrated pips, because it's fun and it's fascinating. And of course, #1 of all time will be the Deviant Moon Tarot by Patrick Valencia, because it's just, it shows being true to who we are. Weird, fantastic, different, strange, just being unique to who we are and sharing our creative energy and our weirdness with the world so we can show others it's okay to be weird and proud as well. So that is my personal opinion of the 5 decks that I cannot live without. Maybe this will inspire you to share your own type of video like this, because we're all different. We all have preferences. You know, I'm passionate about, what I love, the weirdness of Deviant Moon Tarot might freak somebody else out. But that's the beauty of different decks and the different illustrations, is you can just do what feels right to you and get the decks that feel right to you. Now, if any of these decks like really call to you and you like a reading with any of them, feel free to comment on this video, message me on either of my socials, or book one directly online at my website, cosmiccartero.com. All of that is available. It's always available personal readings. Each of these decks are available for that. And even if you don't get like this deck or any of these decks that they're reading, they don't really call to you, this deck I will share in the reading as well, the runes, because the runes are just fun and they give you extra information. So as always, I want to thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. It inspired you to share your own decks that you can't live without. I thank Fairlight Tarot for giving me this idea and inspiring me to do so. Thank you again for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you again in the next one.